Hey everyone, welcome back to English Horizons. I'm James, and today we're talking about something that many of us struggle with, language anxiety, especially when speaking English.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma. It's normal to feel nervous when speaking a second language, but we're here today to give you tips on how to overcome that fear and speak with confidence.
James, exactly. It's something almost every English learner experiences at some point, but with the right mindset and strategies, you can turn anxiety into confidence.
Before we dive into tips, let's understand why we feel anxious when speaking English. Often, it's the fear of making mistakes or not being understood.
That's right. We are often afraid of being judged, or we think that if we make a mistake, it's a reflection of our abilities. But the truth is, mistakes are part of learning and growing.
Another reason is the fear of not being fluent enough, right? You might think your accent is too strong or your grammar isn't perfect. But nobody speaks perfect English all the time, even native speakers.
So true, it's important to remember that people are more interested in understanding you than in your grammar or accent.
Now, how do we start overcoming this anxiety? The first step is acknowledging your fear. It's normal to feel anxious, so don't be too hard on yourself.
Exactly. The key is accepting imperfection. Language learning isn't about perfection, it's about communication.
And to overcome the fear of making mistakes, try to remind yourself that each mistake is an opportunity to learn. The more you speak, the better you'll get.
I agree. The more you practice, the less fear you'll feel. And with every conversation, you build more confidence.
One of the best ways to build confidence is to practice in low-pressure situations. For example, start by speaking with a friend or a language exchange partner who is understanding and patient.
Yes, or you could even practice speaking to yourself. For example, narrating your day or describing what you see around you can be a great way to ease into speaking English.
Another option is to practice with online tools that allow you to record your voice and compare it to native speakers. It's a great way to see where you can improve without the fear of judgment from others.
And remember, small, consistent practice is more effective than cramming. Even 10 minutes a day can help you build confidence over time.
This brings us to a key point. Focus on communication, not perfection. The goal is for people to understand you, not for you to speak perfectly.
Absolutely. If you focus too much on grammar or accent, you might lose sight of the conversation itself. Communication is about expressing your ideas, not about getting every word perfect.
I think this is really important when you're interacting with others. People are more likely to be patient with you if they can understand the message you're trying to get across.
Yes, plus, most people are so supportive when they hear you speaking a second language. They're often impressed that you're making the effort.
Now, it's important to celebrate every step of progress. Each time you have a conversation in English, you're improving, even if you made a few mistakes.
Definitely. And it's important to reflect on how far you've come. Maybe 6 months ago, you couldn't have a basic conversation, but now you can talk about simple topics.
That's right. Recognize the milestones, no matter how small. Did you order food in English for the first time? That's a win.
Or did you make it through a meeting in English without feeling overwhelmed? Another big win.
Celebrate those moments because they show growth and progress.
But what about those moments right before you have to speak? You know, when your heart races and your palms sweat.
Oh yes, I've definitely been there. One helpful strategy is deep breathing. Before speaking, take a few deep breaths to calm your nerves.
Another tip is to visualize yourself speaking confidently. Imagine a successful conversation where you express yourself clearly and understand what the other person is saying.
Also, remind yourself that it's okay to take pauses. If you need a moment to think, take it. Pausing isn't a sign of weakness, it shows you're carefully considering your words.
And don't rush. Speaking more slowly can actually help you feel more confident and give you more time to think.
Now, let's talk about something that causes a lot of anxiety: speaking English in front of a group or in public.
Public speaking can be intimidating for anyone, especially in a second language. But the more you expose yourself to speaking in front of others, the easier it becomes.
One tip for speaking in front of a group is to prepare as much as possible. If you know the topic, practice it in front of a mirror or with a friend first.
You can also start small by speaking in a small group or in meetings before taking on bigger audiences. Practice makes it easier each time.
And remember, even if you feel nervous, It's okay. Most people won't notice how nervous you are unless you point it out. Just focus on delivering your message.
We received a message from Laura, a listener from Brazil. She shared that her biggest fear was speaking English during work meetings, but she started preparing her notes in English, and now she feels more confident participating.
That's such a great example. And we also heard from Alex in the UK. He was nervous about speaking English in social situations, but he joined a local English club and found that regular practice with others helped him feel more at ease.
Both of these stories show how real-life practice can help break down that fear.
Well, that's all for today's episode. We hope you're feeling more confident about speaking English and less anxious about making mistakes.
Remember, it's all about consistent practice and shifting your mindset. You're doing great, and we're proud of your progress.
Thanks for tuning into English Horizons. If you have stories about overcoming language anxiety, we'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, keep speaking and keep growing. Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye.